Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I think I will jump into Zbrush for a little bit for my lunchtime. Been kind of wanting to do some sculpting. I kind of jumped around to learning other programs lately, and I figured I'd just generate some images in Midjourney, and we're going to kind of grab what we like from something from each one of these. Like when you look at this image, like just looking at this eye, I like a little bit of that. There's this overlapping kind of, what do you call it, like a cheese kind of skin. Same thing here, that cheese, we'll call it cheese for now, right? Swiss cheese. I like this texture, the brain. Eyes, I don't know, it looks, I don't know about the eyes, but I do like these eyes, so we're going to kind of mix and match. I don't like the nose on this, but I do like the cheese going on here, and then the subsurface scattering on the orange. So don't really like this one. I don't know why I kept it. I think it was just for this texturing, the little materials here. I like a little bit of the glow, but this one's not too bad. I'm just gonna go through some of these, kind of pick and choose. I love this because it kind of is a unique. It pulls back and has a lot of that cheese right there. It looks like a fish with the sunken in eyes and just a little bit of that craziness going on. This is a little bit more because I'm gonna do just the bust. I don't want anything crazy, and just kind of getting back into the swing of doing a little bit of a lunchtime creature. Trying to get back in it. I love this head, this shape right here, kind of a alien, and then the teeth are pretty even going around with some off center ones. This one's cool. I like this little bit of snout, kind of a bat. This right here, I love this kind of a nostril breathing in through the cheese. Eyes are a little bit more defined as opposed to this one, a little sunken in. So a little blend of that. So let's get started. Let's jump into Zbrush and see what we can make. I'm going to start with this kind of shape right here though. The little egg looking shape. I don't like what's going on here. I think I put tentacles for the prompt. Started adding all this, but I do like what we see right here, this on the top head. So I'm going to scale this down. And for people who are learning ZBrush or anything like that, you can use Spotlight. You can load these images in, but I like Pure Ref because I can load quite a bit of images and go around, and we can move them pretty good. Like so. Well, let's pull the ones we like out. I like this one. I like this one. I like the skin of this one, so we'll pull this out too. This one looks cool, but a little busy. I want something I can finish within a few hours, not too crazy. We'll pull this out. Let's say a few hours. These right here, go with that. Oh, combined it with my other stuff. Let me see if I control Z this. Yeah, I got some other references in this world, and I don't want that. There we go. I wonder if it grouped them the way I wanted it. Either way, let's get started. Let's start with Zsphere. Let's go Zsphere. Let's clear this out. Control N. I'm gonna drag up here, and let's find that one that I lost. This one. Let's go with this. Let's get my pen and do a little shapes here and there. Control N. Let's drag it. Drop. Press T. Push T. What you do is when you press T, it drops it in edit mode. I think I'm gonna go pretty decent, not fast. I'm just gonna kind of cruise and chill for those who are looking to learn or anything like that. We're just gonna go side profile. We're gonna move. I'm not gonna go too fast. We're just gonna kind of keep it easy, nothing crazy. Just gonna keep it up. Try to keep it for everybody, right? So we're gonna make this, if we're gonna flip it this way, be your jaw. If you're trying to figure out what I'm doing, I'm I'm gonna do a neck. Let's do that. Let's move this up so I can grab here. Do it in the center. I'm a little rusty. That's what happens when you stay out of the program for too long. It's okay. It's alright. I've been trying to learn Blender. Blender's pretty fun. I'm starting to get the hang of it. Starting to get a little more speed. Trying to speed up my workflow to make it more like 3D Max the way I know. Just gonna scale some of these up. Scale. And this is just for placement. This will be the shoulders, and we'll just kind of go with that. But we're not gonna get too crazy with this. Not too committed, right? Just gonna kind of get these shapes, blocking it out. We'll go ahead and put an arm or something. It's kind of loose, kind of like a Venom. Looks like Venom a little bit. These references. So a little skinny it up, skinny it up, skinny it up. So it looks kind of goofy, right? Like most things when we start in Zbrush. And let's look at other references too. It would probably be good to face these right direction. Let's see. Like this. Look at that. It's got that face. That kind of. It's almost like a skull. So we could probably do that. We could pull some of this down. We don't have to stay committed too much with that. That way, this is there. This is the brain, right? The neck. Gonna push and pull. And we can. Let's go ahead and just form this up so we can get something going. I'm gonna turn this density down. We're gonna preview. Let's turn on these poly groups. And let's turn this off. Resolution 0. Just kind of keep it simple, right? I'm just gonna kind of get some forms. Push and pull. I think this can be up a little bit more so it's like more of that forehead thing going on. So let's grab that. I'm gonna push that up, push this down. Let's move this so it doesn't clip. And now let's press preview. You can kind of have that face going on. Head's a little far. I don't want it too far. So let's grab that. Push it in. We can scale it so it doesn't do the pinching too much. A lot of times, modeling, you just got to get that form. Spend more time on this part if you can, because it'll come and bite you. Get you down the road, and you're like, oh, I should have spent more time. I do that a lot. Let's push this down, enter another segment, scale, scale. Now let's see what we got. Let's see, zooming out. I want the skinny, muscular, alien type going on. That one's cool. I love this shape right here. Maybe. We'll see how that fits in with everything. Like the sunken eye look and all this cheese. A lot of cheese. This one's cool. I love this kind of a Tim Burton socket. So let's start forming this up. Make adaptive mesh. Quick save. Quick save. So now we got a mesh. This is our Z-sphere. And for people learning, you're like, well, I press the button. I press this, I make adaptive skin, and you're like, where did it go? It's up here. So if I were to reset, I'm going to select this. I'm going to reset it just so I can show you again. For anybody who's learning, there it is. See? We can click that. Or it's here. We can go here into this model and we can append it. Since it is already here, put append, it'll show up right in your list and you can click it and it'll bring it back in. That's one way to do it. So I'm gonna kind of try to keep this tempo not too fast. I know how it is trying to learn something and then it's going more, you know, a little too quick than expected, and then you're like, what's going on here? And so let's delete the lower. So what I'm going to do is remove all subdivisions, so now it's just kind of whatever goes. Let's start shaping this up. So I found that one head that was pretty much my inspiration. A good inspiration right here. He's got his mouth open. I'm going to turn this off. Let's start getting into shaping in this model. So I'm going to use my clay build-up brush, and let's turn this on. Let's just get some sculpting going. It's been a while, been a little bit. I take it back. I still do Zbrush for work, but I haven't done a video, so to speak, for this channel. Figured I'd do a video. I was going through my old models and looking at what I used to do. I used to do daily sculpts a lot, but lately it's been trying to shift into Blender learning and more Unreal, trying to get there. Look at those proportions, looks crazy. Let's start pushing and pulling his shoulders up and down. Let's get that up. Back, it's curved, it's kind of slouchy, right? Pushing it in, pushing that out. The clay phase, right? No matter how many polys, I'm just kind of going around, and we'll go to the standard brush. Just start forming out this melon. Kind of reminds me little pumpkin head inspiration. Let's go in there. He's got that melon. Let's pick it up. Push that in. Kind of a narrow the upper part looks like the movie The Fly. So let's go ahead and define some of this. Start to see this is there. Go in there. I need to push out the face to be wider. Push this eye socket. Just playing around. It's just getting forms, getting stuff. Start pushing and pulling. Oh, that cheese in there. Start marking out where we want to see some cheese, right? It's like one of my cousins was calling it cheese on a tattoo, so that's what we'll call it, cheese. Let's see, going here, just pushing and pulling. Let's get this in there. Kind of keep it loose. Don't want to commit too much, right? You just gotta get the blocking structure. Do we want his mouth that big? We're gonna go that big. Let's see. It's got a jaw. Let's get that jawline in there, because this is gonna be jaw, right? This will probably be the jaw with all that cheese coming down. This will be the skull kind of holding on to the jaw. Now I'm gonna need to push that up. We'll just kind of work that back in, smooth it out. Jawline. Let's work that in. Ooh, there goes that skin flap. See that? Where the teeth are showing. We can put that right there. I'm just going to use this a little bit for inspiration. See if that cheese can cut through. Alright. Getting some of that detail in there. It's got a little bit of wide eyes. We'll start forming this up in a bit. This front, let's push that down. Let's flatten. Let's turn off the thing. Let's flatten this a little bit. There's that grill, and we're gonna push and pull, push and pull. Just having fun with this. Just kind of wanted a little roadmap on some inspiration. Let's kind of put this up. Yeah, starting to look like Pumpkinhead a little bit on the neck. So let's just give us some definition here. Start sculpting in. Start pulling, pushing and pulling. Just define this face. Let's save, quick save. Goes into the hard drive somewhere, right? I don't want to lose the flow. Yeah, the other one was Gravity Sketch. I've been playing with Gravity Sketch too. This fun program. Getting in there. Getting some learning. Gravity Sketch is fun program. I don't know if you call it learning, you're just kind of using techniques and finding different methods, right? Sometimes, oh, also there's new tools, so that's also fun. Fun stuff. Let's cut this right here. Give it a chest. One here. Start kind of cheesing him up. You can start to see that there's parts coming and going. We can do that. I could probably do parts in there, but let's form up the face a little bit better. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. Let's push his face down. He's got like a little, yeah, it's like that. We can push this back. Let's look at another reference so we can get some ideas. Oops, too far. I like this definition in here. Oh, wrong way. Alright. There we go. Usually, I don't know if it's me. Sometimes I'll do left to right with an image. I don't know what it is. So it kind of goes with the just my way of thinking, I guess. Get a little shoulder action here. We're not going to see much of this. We're going to be like, when he's looking, he's going to be kind of like facing this way, head turned a little bit. We can open up his eyes a little. Just kind of give it a little more. Ooh, look at that. We'll push that in just a little bit. Steal that idea. It's true. I like that he's got more of a definition on here, so let's push up some of that. Ooh, grab the damn standard brush. Long brush. I'm gonna push this, push that. Crisscross applesauce. Go in there. Kind of give him some features. Let's go ahead and build him up. Let's turn off that so we can start sculpting a little faster. This feature, kind of a skeleton. mesh in here. I like this. Let's define that. Let's just carve that a little bit more. Probably should put an eye so I can have the socket in there. Do that in a bit. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. If we're gonna have the eyeball sunken in or what. So his jaw looks funny. So let's push this. Let's go down and make it a jaw. Make the jaw work. He needs a little more beef right there if he's gonna be biting stuff. He's got all those teeth. It's like, what kind of predator are you? There we go. And I'll probably start adding the cheese later, but for now we're gonna push and pull. There is no roadmap. We're just pulling from different inspirations and seeing what we come up with. This needs to be more in because it looks silly. Looking silly. Pushing that. That little jaw just pushing down. Start pushing in. His face kind of beaks out a little bit, so see if we can grab it just a little. A little narrow too. We could probably narrow it up. Narrow. Let's start moving some bigger forms. Just keep moving until you get where you need to be, right? So if I were to move this, let's just kind of measure, just so for proportions. If I'm looking this way and he closes his mouth, he's got an underbite, right? So let's push it, close. Let's include that. Boom, boom. Right up, right there. Close. Too much. Close. A little bit. He looks kind of funny, don't he, without his teeth? And try to work with that. Because he's got his mouth open. He has his teeth everywhere. Yelling at people, get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. Let's see. Like that. Let's push this in so it's not so too heavy. You don't want his melon to be like he's dragging his head. I don't want him to be pumpkin head. I want him to be his own creature, but we're gonna go with that. I should have did some anatomy images too. I'll probably grab that later, but just pull this in. I'm not looking at his back, it's just silhouette. But let's get this going in here. Guess we can flesh it out just a little bit. Chest. Not really gonna see the chest, but let's give it an area. Start defining muscles. That's the other thing I gotta get that in there. Just kind of forming out some stuff, just kind of trying to get the bigger picture, the damn standard, and just start to sculpt. Because really, we're not going to look down. I don't want to waste so much time on the back. We're not going to see the back. Not going to see it. And then we're going to add all that cheese inside of there. Save. Let's see what the other one. I had one with a little bit of zoomed out. You can kind of see it's kind of looks like Venom. This is really cool. I like this. His head just goes on forever. Like he's got a crazy head. But look at that. That looks neat. So if I really wanted to, maybe, let's do it. Let's just kind of get some shapes and forms. Shapes and forms. Go there. Extract. A little bit more. 5. I'm going to extract. And let's see what that looks like. Yeah, screw it. Let's just do it. So now I got a new mesh for my extraction. I'm just going to smooth it out. Blocking in stuff. Let's see how that looks. Got a snake hook. I'm going to pull that back. I think, let's see, holding the Alt will help it flow with your mesh. I'm still kind of blocking in everything else too, so let's get that. I like this. What is that? It looks like kind of like extra something, but we're not there yet. Maybe I can block in something like ooh, look at that. Like the weird it's got like kind of like a bony stuff going on. This is gonna be random. Starting to flesh them out. Ooh, memory. Delete it, delete it. I don't need it. We're not looking back. Probably should have adjusted my sculptures. See where we're at. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm just gonna kind of give this a little character. We don't know what this is gonna be. We're just putting stuff in. This could be like something here. We can actually make it like I don't know. It's just there, right? Let's add some more cheese. I should do this a lot on other models back in the day. Just add like random little pockets, form it over, and go from there. It's just kind of going with it. References are there, but we're gonna kind of cruise a little bit. I need to get my settings in there. So let's turn on perspective, get that perspective look. And a little goofy right here. Let's fatten them up. Squeeze, squeeze. He needs his teeth, don't he? A little bit. Just gonna loosen this up. Don't want to commit too soon with this stuff. I'm just kind of blocking in, getting stuff in there. Some these interesting creatures that were generated. I'm always up for new references and stuff. Get some inspiration. I think I'll connect all that. Give him an upper part of his skull. He needs to have a kind of a forehead, right? A little bit. He's got all that brain in the back though, right? If that is a brain, just kind of carve it out. Keep going with the brain. A little bit. Just getting that spine. We're not gonna see the back, but sometimes I don't know. You know how it is. So pretty much all I'm doing is just blocking and going rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. I probably should define that, but we're not gonna see it, so let's see. And I'm probably gonna give him some I'm just gonna give him alien anatomy, just kind of roughing it up. Look at that. You got a belly button on the chest. We'll start to vary it up. See what we can get. Some extra cheese in there. Pushing and pulling. What I was gonna do is start to trying to make some extra something. We'll figure it out. So we got a little bit of a base. Kind of hit that number. Hit the little button. Properties. AO. We're gonna go shadow. Just crank that just a little bit. Just throw some numbers in there. Get the little preview. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Okay. Let's remesh this. Let's see what we got. A lot of chaos. Let's remesh this. Where is it at? Let's see, remesh, testimate. Gotta get some polygons in there. Too much. Let's go 0.35. Nope. 1. Kind of reads because I don't want nothing defined. I'm just trying to block it in. Alright, let's move next step. I got about 5 more minutes for this little lunch session. I'm trying to get into sculpting a lot more if I can. This is cool. I think this is the one we looked at earlier. Or not. Yeah, I think so. Like that. Just his face is so detailed. And what I'll probably do is remesh once I get it a little more defined, and go from there, and then start defining even more on top of all that. But right now I'm just kind of getting a feel for whatever this is, whatever this creature wants to be. And like, I'm hoping to like get some of these fleshy parts a little bit more cut out and defined. Got a little hole here and there. But I don't want to do it just yet. I need to start incorporating some of the base of the model. Let's get the eye sockets in there. I know you're probably Saying like, why don't you put the eyeballs in sooner? I don't know. Got lost in into the works. Into the works. And they look like those are like a dark pupil. Let's go ahead and give it that. Fill. Color. Fill object. Let's go here. Back to skin shader. And I didn't do the color. Let's do that again. Where you at? This one. I need to be on this. MRGB color. This factor. So if you're still learning, this material and the color is what you want to select. Go to color, fill. So now that should have filled it here. Turn that off. I'm going to go back to my main material. The reason why these aren't taken in the materials because when the little paintbrush is off, it doesn't. It'll do whatever you have on the side. So that last little piece was just me blocking in and getting a look. So how far back do we want this eye? So let's go transparent and going about an eye socket across. So squeeze it down. You can start to see it's one eye socket. It's mirror and weld. So now I got that. He doesn't look scary because his face isn't scary. Gotta do the scary face. Can't be happy. Happy monsters is gonna not work. So you gotta kind of dip it. Let's start getting some teeth in. We got a few little bit of minutes. I don't know if I have enough time for the teeth, but to be continued, right? To be continued. Add some cheese in. Cheese. And just see where all this goes in the end. The Sculptors Pro works really good for kind of blocking in like loosely. I needed to set the thing, but I didn't. I think I updated or something. I don't remember. But anyway, didn't update to the latest, right? Different subject. I'll change the subject on that. So I'm probably gonna stick with this version for a while. Let's get this in there. Get some of these little features a little bit defined. And change it up. You don't have to use the same brush. Let's change it to clay. Let's go different brush. Get some different feeling. So usually clay buildup is good. But let's change it up. Use something else. See what it feels like. So, all right. About to close it up for now, but just kind of wanted to get in here, get some Zbrush going, get some monster created using this inspiration from Midjourney AI. Not trying to, use one monster. I'm using a bunch of different ones and trying to get them in a little bit of a similar world. Oh, masked something else too, didn't I? There we go. Boom, boom. Center upright and push it back. There we go. Just kind of mainly, so for the recap of what this is so far, it's not really much of anything, right? We're just kind of getting the blocked in features and eye sockets and stuff, and push things up and down, feature it around until we get it right. And you start pushing in that eye a little bit more. Maybe I'll push this like more of a brow till you get that feeling, right? You'll get there to a point, or I'll get there to a point. Whoever's watching this, or you'll come along with me watching this. So there we go. I'm gonna call it about right here. So running down. So the next part, I guess I were to do the recap. I guess I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna kind of draw in. So we're gonna put teeth, just so you know where I'm going. Teeth. And we're going to start carving in details here, start getting this defined so it's not so happy. There's a little bit of cheese. All the monsters had like a little cheese. Thinking about doing like some Zspheres maybe, and start connecting the cheese. That way they're separate, and I can go with that. Let's do a different color. Cheese. Start making this overlap so that the cheese, all the red's going to be the cheese stuff, right? Defined stuff. So I don't know, I'm just kind of back and forth. We'll figure out whatever this thing is down there, this piece, incorporate that, start going from there. So just kind of give you an idea of where that's going to be. And yeah, let's start a monster, and then I'm just going to comp him. He's going to be a bust. You probably won't see below here, and you're just going to see him kind of looking. I'm going to pose him a little bit or something to kind of get him off, not symmetrical or anything like that. But right now, he's a little happy, a little too happy. But I think once I add the teeth, it starts showing a little bit more. Start to give it a little more creatureness and stuff like that. That looks too far up. Let me push this in. It's going to bug me. It's going to bug me. So he needs to have a little skinnier neck. There we go. A little bit better. Push this up just more. In. So let's see. Okay. Call it for the lunch sculpt. So thanks for tuning in. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.